Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jackie, and if you're new here, I blog and make videos all about enhancing, improving, and elevating your life to live a better life, live your best life, all through finding a balance between your mind, body, and soul. And today I'm going to talk about one of the tools that has helped me to find my best life, and that is meditation. Meditation has a lot of misconceptions. I wrote about a lot of the misconceptions of meditation in my blog. I'm going to link the post in the description. For the purpose of this video, I'm going to talk about what I believe is the number one misconception of meditation and what meditation looks like for me. I believe that the number one misconception about meditation is that the purpose of meditation is to turn your mind off. That's not possible. The only way to turn your mind off is to die. Your mind doesn't go off when you sleep. Your mind doesn't turn off when you meditate. Your mind doesn't turn off. It just doesn't. A Capricorn like me, your mind just keeps going and going and going. Purpose of meditation, goal of meditation is subjective. It is a case-by-case basis. Each person will have a different purpose for their meditation. Each general goal of meditation is to learn how to witness your thoughts and learn how to control your thoughts. Meditation is that first step into mindfulness. It's about bringing your mind and awareness and intention into everything that you do to make those experiences better, to make your experiences easier. It's not about being this picture of what society has painted meditation as, or what society has painted mindfulness as. Misconception that mindfulness looks like a person sitting their back straight with their legs crossed, their hands in a mudra, is what turns so many people off to meditation. They're like, oh, I can't do that, which is fine. Many people can't. Myself, I struggle to do a meditation in that manner. I try to, don't have an easy time meditating in that manner. At one point, I believed meditation to only look like that. Meditation can be literally anything you do. That's why I want to talk about the things that I do that are meditation for me, and what meditation can look like. Meditation for me has made everything in my life easier. I might start to cry because if I had known it would be as easy as just bringing some mindfulness into my life, I would have done it a long time ago. I struggled for so long. My life was controlled by the thoughts in my head. I wasn't controlling the thoughts were controlling me. And meditation has reversed that, helped me to control my thoughts. It has enhanced my relationships with others. It has enhanced my relationship with myself. It has helped me to let go of things a lot easier, not lose my mind in the thing that I was experiencing. We often lose our mind. Think of someone who's on the road rage. That person has lost control of their mind while driving, which is a whole other thing. People lose their minds every day in short bursts. Not someone that's gone crazy and needs to be checked into a psychiatric ward. This is just like small everyday moments of losing our minds. Meditation helps us to regain our mind so that you become a witness to your thoughts instead of a participant in your thoughts. If that concept is a little bit difficult to absorb, think about it as like you're on a train, participating in the train ride, or you're outside of the train and you're watching the train ride. Participating in it, you're in it, you're on the train. There's nothing you can do to get off that train. It's moving, it's going on it, you're in it, you're stuck with it. You're a witness to the train, you're next to it, you're to the side of it, watching it go by. You're able to say, oh, that train's going fast, or that train looks like it's about to go off the rail. As a witness to the train ride, as opposed to a participant in the train ride, you're able to control a lot more. It's really all that meditation is about, helping you to witness what's going on in your mind, as opposed to being stuck in your mind on that ride that you can't get off of. The more that I meditate, the more that I invite mindfulness into my life, the less my mind controls me and the more I can control my mind. We've all heard that quote, when you control your thoughts, you control your world. Anyone can do meditation, almost any activity in their life. My favorite form of meditation is a physical yoga practice, specifically through yin yoga, which yin yoga is very slow. Sometimes it's a 60-minute class and we will only change poses 6 to 10 times. Holding a specific pose for 10 minutes gives you a lot of time to work with your mind. When I'm in that yin yoga, that meditative yoga, I just focus on my breath and the pose that I'm in. I turn all those other thoughts off. When those thoughts start to creep in is when your meditation practice becomes something that you have to practice. You can either choose to engage with it or you can choose to witness it. So let's say I'm in yin yoga, then what am I going to have for dinner comes into my mind. I can either entertain that thought and go with it, start thinking, oh, maybe I'll have pizza, maybe I'm going to make some chicken. I have to go to the grocery store. Oh, if I'm going to the grocery store, I need to get avocado. That spiral will start. Or, what am I going to have for dinner? I can practice meditation and say, no, we're not doing that right now. I'm in my yoga pose, and I can return to my breath and focusing on the moment that I'm in right there and bringing as much mindfulness to the activity that I'm doing while I'm doing it. This is going to sound crazy to some people because of that idea that we have about meditation, but reading is a form of meditation for me. When thoughts creep in while you're reading, you're no longer reading. You might be scanning the words, but you're not absorbing them. You're not present with them. Allowing myself to be fully present with a book and with the words that I'm reading and with maybe the texture of the book or the feelings of the pages. I recently spilled a cup of water on one of my books, so half the pages are really warped. And that's part of the meditation. It's noticing it, not judging like, oh, you're an idiot for spilling that water. It is what it is. Allowing myself to be fully absorbed in that book, in those words, turns reading into meditation. One of my favorite ways to meditate is to go for a drive and sing. When you're driving, you need to be present when driving. If you're not present when you're driving, you're going to crash. You can hurt yourself, you can hurt others. You need to pay attention to what's going on the road. There's also more room in your head for thoughts to come in. We all think when we drive. Maybe I'm going back to, what am I going to have for dinner? In order to tune out those thoughts and just be fully present with myself and the drive, I turn on my playlist of songs I like to sing to, and I just sing. Hands on the steering wheel with what's going on around me and with the words that I'm singing. When I'm present with that song that I'm singing, the car that I'm driving, there's no other space for anything else. I have brought mindfulness into my drive by eliminating any other thoughts that might creep in. Another form of meditation for me is painting. It became meditative for me when I had feelings that I could feel that I didn't know how to put thought or words to. They weren't comfortable feelings or uncomfortable. They were feelings that I didn't want to feel, but I didn't want to escape them through an unhealthy manner, through eating or watching TV or smoking weed. That's when I turned to painting. I started to release my feelings on the canvas. That release through my painting became meditative for me. It became a way to process my feelings and to release my feelings without thought and without judgment. Sometimes I even choose to paint outside because I'm angry painting. Start throwing paint at the canvas and definitely tell a difference between a painting of mine where I'm feeling very soft and feminine and flirty and where I'm feeling angry and resentful and hateful. I don't want to take those negative feelings out on the people in my life. I don't want to take those negative feelings out on myself either. So I choose to take them out in a painting. I also choose to do it in that meditative state because I release myself from judgment of those feelings. In the past, I would get into my mind. I would tell myself wrong for feeling them, bad for feeling them. And I would judge myself, guilt myself, and I would be on that train again, just going through a shitload of terrible thoughts, terrible ideas, all about myself. That negative self-talk is just not good for anyone. So I chose to find a healthy outlet, and that became meditative painting. Some of my paintings are not pretty. It's not about making a pretty painting. It's about releasing a feeling that I don't necessarily want to associate with, that I also don't want to allow myself to think judgments of myself for having. Lastly, I want to touch on Insight Timer. It is a free app on iPhone. I'm not sure about Android, but I believe it's probably on there. It's a pretty big app. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of guided meditations on this app. I like to turn to Insight Timer when I'm really engulfed in some feelings or emotions that are also paired with mental noise. I'm on that train and I'm going through a train ride of self-doubt and I can't seem to get myself off of it. I know that I'm in there, still going and I'm going and I'm going. I like to take a pause and turn to Insight Timer and search guided meditations for self-doubt and to find a meditation that can help me to pull myself out of it. As much as I like the different variations of meditations that I've cultivated in my life, whether it's yoga or painting or reading, for me, the guided meditations on Insight Timer are a form of support. All of those other meditations that I do, I'm alone and I'm doing them with myself. I'm keeping myself accountable. Sometimes I don't feel like I can do it alone. I feel like I need support to move through the emotions or the feelings that I'm feeling. I feel like I need support to pull me out of my mental clutter, that negative self-talk that I fall into sometimes. That's where I really love Insight Timer. There is a meditation for every feeling on Insight Timer. No matter what you're feeling, no matter how long you want to feel it, one that's 5 minutes to 75 minutes, you want to find something in the happy medium at 35 minutes, there's something there for anyone. And that practice of turning to Insight Timer when I'm on that train ride going and going, I find that it's a lot healthier than some of the things that I used to do in the past. I would turn to food, TV, or smoking weed, go shopping. Let me buy something to make me feel better, as opposed to moving through the feelings that I'm feeling and the thoughts that I keep hearing that I can't turn off. At the end of the day, meditation is going to look different for everyone. Purpose of meditation is going to be different for everyone. One thing that everyone will have in common when adding a meditation practice into their life is that their life is going to get a little bit easier. It might get a lot easier. At the very least, your everyday interactions will become easier to manage. Your conversations with yourself will become healthier. Your interactions with other people will become healthier. Your relationship with nearly everything in your life, from food to shopping to exercise to your work, these relationships will start to shift, because as you bring mindfulness into your life, you start to bring mindfulness into every aspect of your life. Meditation is just about mindfulness. It's not about turning your mind off. I hope that I have shed a little bit of light on what meditation is, as well as what meditation can look like. Now, if you don't agree with me, if you think my takes are completely wrong, please drop a comment below. I would love to discuss. I'm here for some discourse. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, drop a comment below. If I opened your mind to some ideas of meditation, drop a comment below and let me know. My name is Jackie and I post new videos every week, so don't forget to click subscribe. In the interim, if you want to find me on social media, I'm at Jackie is Alive on everything: Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, and Twitter, and I will see you next week.